Hello everyone. In previous video classes for unit 5th means for frequency domain analysis, till now we have seen frequency domain specifications like resonant peak, resonant frequency, bandwidth, cutoff frequency, cutoff rate. Already we calculated value for resonant peak, resonant frequency and bandwidth for prototype second order control system. Already I told you about polar plot. We have drawn polar plot for different open loop transfer functions. Now let us see one more numerical for the polar plot. So according to the numerical, we have open loop transfer function g of s or g of s h of s equal to 1 over s into 1 plus 2s 1 plus s. Already I told you to draw the polar plot. First we have to determine magnitude and phase angle for the transfer function. But before calculating magnitude and phase angle for the transfer function, we have to write transfer function in frequency domain. So let us consider s equal to j omega. If we put s equal to j omega in given transfer function, we have gj omega equal to 1 over j omega, 1 plus 2j omega, 1 plus j omega. So we can write magnitude for gj omega according to 1 over omega under root 1 plus 4 omega square under root 1 plus omega square. Because here we can write magnitude for numerator polynomial as well as for denominator polynomial according to under root real square plus imaginary square. So in numerator polynomial we have only real term. So magnitude becomes under root 1 plus 0, that means 1. For denominator polynomial, for the first term we have only imaginary term. So magnitude becomes under root 0 plus omega square, that means omega. For second term means 1 plus 2j omega. Magnitude we have under root real means 1, means 1 square means 1 plus imaginary square. Imaginary term we have 2 omega, that means 4 omega square. Similarly for third term means 1 plus j omega, we can write magnitude according to under root 1 plus omega square, because in 1 plus j omega we have real term 1, imaginary term we have omega. So magnitude we have 1 over omega under root 1 plus 4 omega square under root 1 plus omega square. And always remember, for any transfer function in frequency domain, we write magnitude according to under root real square plus imaginary square for numerator polynomial as well as for denominator polynomial. Similarly, we can write phase angle for gj omega according to tan inverse imaginary upon real. So for numerator polynomial, we can write phase angle as tan inverse imaginary over real. Imaginary we have 0, real we have 1. So tan inverse 0 by 1. For denominator polynomial, for the first term, that means for j omega, phase angle becomes minus tan inverse omega by 0, because here we have imaginary term omega, real term 0. for second term means 1 plus 2j omega, we can write phase angle as minus tan inverse 2 omega by 1, because here we have imaginary term 2 omega, real term 1. In same way, we can write a phase angle for the third term in denominator polynomial. We have minus tan inverse, imaginary term we have omega, real term we have 1. So tan inverse omega by 1. Now let us simplify. We have tan inverse 0, we know it is 0. So we have minus tan inverse omega by 0 means tan inverse infinity. We know tan inverse infinity 90 degree. So minus 90 degree minus tan inverse 2 omega minus tan inverse omega. So this is equation for the phase angle. Suppose this is second equation. So first we'll define magnitude of gj omega, second we'll define phase of gj omega. Here gj omega means transfer function in frequency domain, because g is function of a complex frequency means j omega. Now let us see how we can draw the polar plot. We have a magnitude equation, we have a phase equation. Now we will define or we will calculate magnitude and phase for initial value of omega, that means for omega equal to 0, and for omega equal to infinity. Now let us see how we can calculate. So here I am drawing a table. In table, first column will define omega, second column will define magnitude means m means mod of gj omega, and third column will define phase angle means phi, or you can say second equation means phase angle of gj omega. First we will consider omega equal to 0, then we will consider omega equal to infinity. Here I am considering only two values. You can consider any value or values between omega equal to 0 and omega equal to infinity. And I think in polar plot, no need to define any value between omega equal to 0 and omega equal to infinity. With the help of omega equal to 0 and omega equal to infinity, we can draw the polar plot. So no need to define any third value between omega equal to 0 and omega equal to infinity. So for omega equal to 0, from first equation, magnitude becomes infinity, and from second equation, phase angle becomes minus 90 degree. Means minus 90 degree minus 0 means minus 90 degree. And magnitude infinity, because 1 over 0 means infinity. And for omega equal to infinity, magnitude becomes 0 and phase angle becomes minus 90 minus 90 minus 90 means minus 270 degree. Now let us see how we can draw the polar plot. First we will define polar coordinates or GH plane. Horizontal will define real axis or real of G or real of GH. Vertical will define imaginary axis or imaginary of GH or imaginary of G. Now let us define angle. We have negative values for the phase angle. So we will define angle in clockwise direction. So this line will define 0 degree angle, this line will define minus 90 degree angle, this line will define minus 180 degree angle, and this line will define minus 270 degree angle. If we have a positive angle, always define in anti-clockwise direction or counter-clockwise direction. That means 0 degree, 90 degree, 180 degree, 270 degree. For negative values, we will define angle in clockwise direction. That's why 0 degree, minus 90 degree, minus 180 degree, minus 270 degree. Now plot the polar plot according to magnitude and phase angle for omega equal to 0 and for omega equal to infinity. We have magnitude infinity, phase angle minus 90 degree for omega equal to 0. That means this line will define minus 90 degree angle. And for omega equal to infinity, we have phase angle minus 270 degree. That means when omega will increase, phase angle will change. So for omega equal to 0, we cannot mark magnitude on line for which we have angle minus 90 degree. So suppose this will define my starting point. Here we have omega equal to 0 and here we have magnitude infinity. For omega equal to infinity, we have a magnitude 0, and already I told you at the origin we have a 0 value. So this will define 0. But we have phase angle minus 270 degree. So this line will define angle of minus 270 degree. So at this point, along this line, we have end point for the polar plot. And here we have omega equal to infinity. Magnitude we have 0. Now let us join. So this is my polar plot for the given transfer function. But this is not a complete plot. We have to define value of omega at this point, and we have to define this distance. Suppose this distance is a, so we have to define a, and we have to define omega at the point where plot will intersect minus 180 degree line. So how we can calculate? Already we know phase angle from second equation, and at this point, suppose this point is capital A. Here we want to calculate the value of omega. So how we can define point A? A point at which polar plot will intersect minus 180 degree line. So from second equation, we can easily calculate the value of omega at point A. From second equation, we have phase angle minus 90 degree minus tan inverse 2 omega minus tan inverse omega. This is equal to minus 180 degree. Let us simplify. This is for calculating. So here I am writing. This is for calculating omega at intersection point, or you can say at point A. So we have tan inverse omega plus tan inverse 2 omega equal to 90 degree. Let us simplify. Tan inverse omega plus tan inverse 2 omega equal to 90 degree. We have tan inverse omega plus 2 omega 1 minus 2 omega square equal to 90 degree, and we know tan 90 infinity means 1 by 0, so omega plus 2 omega over 1 minus 2 omega square equal to 1 by 0. So we have 1 minus 2 omega square equal to 0. We have omega equal to 1 by root 2. So this is value of omega at point A. So here I am mentioning, here omega is 1 by root 2. Here omega is 1 by root 2. Now let us calculate A. A means you can say magnitude. So how we can calculate A? We can calculate A from equation. First, after putting omega equal to 1 by root 2, so value of A is given by magnitude of Gj omega, where omega is 1 by root 2. And already we know magnitude of Gj omega from equation first. It is 1 over omega under root 1 plus 4 omega square under root 1 plus omega square. Put omega equal to 1 by root 2. Let us simplify. Let us calculate. So we have A equal to 0.66. So this is a value of A, means this is 0.66. Now I have a complete polar plot for the given transfer function, and already I told you, with the help of a polar plot we can determine relative stability, or we can determine closed loop stability from open loop transfer function. But it is not possible to determine a number of roots causing instability. So that's why to overcome this limitation we consider a Nyquist plot. So here I am not going for the numerical for calculating the stability using polar plot. We will cover numerical in next video class, because we can calculate stability from polar plot according to gain margin and phase margin. So if we want to determine stability for closed loop system according to open loop transfer function, first we have to know what is gain margin, what is phase margin. After that, with the help of knowledge of gain margin and phase margin, we can define a system is stable or unstable or marginal stable. But main limitation for the polar plot is using polar plot it is possible to determine closed loop stability from open loop transfer function, but it is not possible to determine number of roots causing instability. So to overcome this limitation, we will go for the Nyquist plot. So after polar plot, we will study Nyquist plot. Advantage of polar plot, already I told you. Polar plot describe the frequency response characteristics of a system over the entire frequency range in a single plot. Already you have seen it. Will define frequency response characteristics of a system over the entire frequency range in a single plot. So this is main advantage for the polar plot. Thank you.